This is a loose leash walking exercise inspired by Helix Fairweather. It starts off with an engagement and then invites the dog to come towards you, and then you go off leash walking together. There are people to the side of us where Bug is looking, and my engagement looks like simply getting two treats, two bits of reinforcement in for Bug looking right at me. If she looks at me, eats the treat, and then looks away, that is fine, but I'm not going to start moving yet because I really want it to be one, two treats, and she stays focused on me. So, yep, there we had it. So I backed up and she came towards me. So the moment she moved towards me, I said yes and treated. And so there's still people right there. So we're going to move forward together. Bug's a little distracted looking for a free treat. I just fed her for showing up right next to me, which was lovely. Look at how loose that leash is. It is actually too loose for me, but we're doing things. I'm doing a little bit of reset. I'm like, hey, Bug, here's some treats on the ground. And then I'm stepping around to where you can see us. And one, two, back up. She moves towards me. As she moves towards me, I'm saying yes and then handing her the treat. So I am inviting her into my space instead of pulling her with me. And now we're moving off together. I really like this exercise. I'd rather not compel dogs. I'd rather get their attention first, invite them to join me, and then we move off together because it is something dogs are very familiar with, how to move with a pack together. And this way I start from a point of, I know I have your attention. Now, usually about here, I like to start feeding the dog at not just coming right in front of me, but off to my side and then slightly behind me, which means as I step forward, there is no longer a dog directly in front of me. And then we come back. My rate of reinforcement is still very high, but she did fantastic. Come back around again. We've lost our distractions. Oh, looks like we're decreasing the treats and the rate of reinforcement. Looks like we might have started the exercise back behind the camera and just kept going. But now there aren't as many treats because there were no distractions. Bug likes to walk with me when she's in training brain. She gets very distracted by squirrels. And so we're starting over again. I worked on engagement. Distracted her, backed up. She could move towards me. There we go. So when in the initial part where I'm reinforcing her for engagement, if she looks at me, I say, yes, take the treat to her. Yes, let her get the treat. Yes, let her get the treat. And then I take a step back. And if she moves towards me, I say, yes, and treat. Yes, and treat. And then once I've got her next to me going backwards, as soon as we're moving forward, as soon as she catches up and she's on my side, I say yes and treat for walking with me. Then it's about varying how many treats she gets depending on the amount of distractions. I like this. It doesn't necessarily require a whole lot of patterns. You can vary it up a little bit more. A lot of dogs really enjoy, especially dogs that like to ping pong back behind you and around you and then out in front of you and back to you and out in front of you and back to you. Those dogs that really ping pong, this is a great one because it uses your body to get the position that you want. Yeah. Right now, our rate of reinforcement is still pretty steady and regular. And if we did this for a couple more sessions, we'd start slowing down the treats, aiming for a couple of treats on a block, and then maybe raising the reinforcement if we pass another person or dog, give you a couple treats. I love it when you stay with me, puppy. But you can tell already that there are way less treats.